This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this is the BlackBerry Style, the first full QWERTY BlackBerry phone. It's also running OS 6, the latest OS from RIM. And this is available on Sprint starting on Halloween for $99, which is pretty affordable for a mid to better than mid-range BlackBerry. As you can see here, it's a very shiny phone. It's also very attractive and very solidly built. For 99 bucks, this is pretty nice looking. It's not as cheesy as some of the curves have been in the past. It doesn't scream, "I am plastic." It has a large external LCD that obviously shows you the clock, and it shows you message status here. You can't run applications in the front window, however, though. Now on the back here we have the 5 megapixel camera, it's autofocus, an LED flash, and this is the plastic battery door right here. So the phone is really nice looking and feels really good in the hand. You've got your volume controls here, your convenience key. Got the little charging ports over here, or rather charging contacts, so we assume there's going to be a cradle available to charge this guy. Got your micro USB, 3.5mm stereo jack, and this is the micro SD card slot. Phone's available in black, which looks really classy, and it's also available in royal purple. Inside you've got a sharp and clear main display. This is not a touchscreen, so this is not like the Torch running OS 6 with a touchscreen. But it does have the same software and interface, which includes the new home screen, application launcher, and you can switch between frequent, downloads, favorites, all of that kind of stuff, or see all of your applications at once. And if you tap up here on the optical D-pad, you can get access to your wireless connections, alarms, mobile network options, and other things. So that's pretty expedient. Also up here you have notifications of new email, new messages, calendar appointments, and if you set up RSS feeds, Twitter, and Facebook, if you've got new mentions there, you'll see those listed as well. The inner display is 360 by 400 pixels, which is a really oddball size, but RIM controls the operating system so they can adjust the resolution as they see fit for a particular model phone. The outside one is QVGA 240 by 320 pixels. So you can see here you've got the full keyboard. It's got a kind of sculpted waterfall style keys. It's not as good as, say, the bold 9700 keys, but it's pretty good. It feels a little bit cramped. It reminds me a bit of the Torch keyboard, as a matter of fact. And we'll compare them. Here's the Torch with the keyboard open. You can see it's perhaps slightly roomier than the Torch's. It's not a bad keyboard. Certainly RIM never makes a bad keyboard, and here we'll compare it to the BlackBerry Curve 3G, which has discrete keys rather than the flush waterfall design. Certainly it's an improvement over a short type keyboard because you've got all the letters available to you on the keyboard. Here we have the standard flush BlackBerry style call, send, and end buttons, the BlackBerry menu button, the back button, and of course the optical D-pad. There's a loudspeaker over here if you're playing music or Sprint TV. It's going to come out from here, and boy, it's plenty loud. Earpiece is up here. So let's take a look at some of the applications that are on here. Pretty much this is standard par for the course in terms of messaging. You've got HTML email support, the usual excellent BlackBerry push email, BlackBerry messaging, and the usual contacts interface and calendar interfaces. You don't really have anything entered in here, but you can see this is the contacts interface. And if you create a new one, it's definitely a lot nicer looking than OS 5 was. You've got the usual million fields. It supports everything you can think of. That's an Outlook. Web page, birthdays, anniversaries, names, addresses, email, company, and all that good stuff. RIM intends this to be a consumer-oriented BlackBerry, though really it could go either way. It's perfectly staid looking for business, and it has, again, the useful full QWERTY keyboard, but we do have things like the YouTube player on here, Sprint TV, and BlackBerry's new media players. First we're going to take a look at the YouTube player. And you can see when you launch it, the option to go to YouTube or to upload a video, and if you don't want to be asked every time, you can tell it to not ask you every time. And YouTube plays through the web browser. This is mobile YouTube, no flash here. Speaking of which, this has a much improved web browser thanks to OS 6. It's a lot faster and does a much better job of rendering desktop sites. And we're playing this over Sprint's EVDO Rev A network.
One genre we saw a lot of in the YouTube Play submission
Good sharp display. And the speaker is really impressive on this thing. We've got some stuttering over EBD or Rev A. We have about a 50% level connection right now. That's the YouTube player. We're going to take a look at the media players. As per usual for BlackBerry, we've got separate icons for music versus video versus pictures. And then we also have the Sprint Music Store here, Sprint TV, NASCAR, Slacker, podcasts, voice commands by Nuance, and more. So we'll take a look at the music interface real quick. Right now we have one song on here, as you can see, but you can view by song, artist, album, genre, and playlist. We'll select that one song. And click to play. So that's the interface for that with album art. Once again, that's a really good speaker. We'll check out the video player and look at the sample video clip that's on here. This is a pretty good 5 megapixel camera, by the way, that can shoot video as well. That's looking very nice. And it does help that RIM formatted that to match the unusual resolution of the display. Next we'll take a look at Sprint TV. Again, over the 3G EVDO connection. This does have Wi-Fi 802.11bgn. And of course it has Bluetooth and a GPS. So that's Sprint TV. Given how well Sprint TV works or doesn't work on a mediocre connection, that's pretty good. You've got both BlackBerry Maps on here and also Sprint Navigation powered by Telenav, and preloaded we've got the Facebook and Twitter client and the MySpace client for BlackBerry, and those are pretty good clients. And we've also got IM on board. You can see here you've got MSN, Yahoo, Google Talk, and AIM. The phone has 512 megs of flash memory, and it has a micro SD card slot for expansion. And we're going to take a look at the web browser. Okay, it's still filming, right? So I can see the load. So here we are loading our own site. Could be quicker, but it's not that bad either. And you've got the virtual cursor here, and you can zoom in and wait for the page to finish loading first. You can move around while the page is still loading, but it is a bit jerky until it's finished loading. And now we're zooming in. And it's not doing a perfect job of trying to format the text for our zoom level, but this is a 3-column page, and that's not always the easiest thing to do. That's the web browser. And that's the BlackBerry Style, available on Sprint starting Halloween for $99. A nice, solid, attractive BlackBerry running OS 6. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Visit our website to read the full review.